Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the closing bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlett Fu.
Amgen coming out with earnings, and indeed they have crossed the Bloomberg terminal. Let's get to it. The company boosting its 2025 guidance after quarterly results beat Wall Street estimates on the back of strong sales from older medicine. The company now expects full-year revenue of as much as $36 billion, lifted the high end of its adjusted profit guidance by 10 cents a share, and the company reporting strong sales across its portfolio. Second quarter revenue, $9.18 billion. That beat Wall Street expectations, and that's driven by sales of medicines such as Repatha, Evenity, I think it is, and Otezla. So we are seeing...
Love pharma names.
I know. Why do they do that to us?
Whose job is that?
Stock is unchanged here in the aftermarket. It's up 15%, though, year to date.
All right, let's get some other earnings. Skyworks crossing the wire, of course, primarily a supplier for iPhones and smartphones, I should say, overall. The company says that in the most recent quarter, it had revenue of $965 million. That's a beat. The street was looking for roughly $639. Adjusted EPS also beating estimates. And here's your guidance. The company says that for the fourth quarter, adjusted EPS will be $1.40 a share. The street on average was only looking for 99 cents a share. So that would be a huge beat. And you see that reflected in the knee-jerk reaction there in the bottom corner of your screen, up 7% in the after-hours trade.
Pretty nice stuff. You see similarly for Amgen, they actually boosted their full-year revenue forecast to $36 billion. They initially saw $34.3 to $35.7 billion. The low end of the new range is $35 billion. So that consistency here with those upward revisions certainly coming out of corporate America in the face of tariffs. I know Matt has been talking all morning about the threat of higher tariffs on the pharma industry, in particular from the president.
Yeah, I can't forget about the Sunday press conference in which President Trump reiterated he wants to cut drug costs by 1,500%, which obviously it's not possible, but especially if you're going to raise tariffs to 250%, which is what he told CNBC this morning. So Amgen, is a massive company, $160 billion market cap. Skyworks, much smaller. It's only a $10 billion company, and it's getting smaller, right? Because Skyworks has shrunk. It's lost about a quarter of its value so far this year to date.
I'm also taking a look here at Trivago as well to see how more of the consumer is doing here. And you're looking at revenue also beating estimates once again. So that's 3 for 3, guys. Yet you are not seeing as warm of a reaction here in the stock price, still down more than 3%. We'll parse through to let you know what the big deal is there.
I'm looking at Rivian right now, out with a second quarter loss per share of 97 cents. I was going to say only 97 cents because they lost almost $1.50 a share last year, 146 to be exact. Second quarter revenue, $1.3 billion, and that actually beats the estimate of $1.28 billion. They delivered, get this, in the quarter, this is for a 3-month period, 10,661 vehicles. That's lower than they were expected to deliver with the estimate. The shares right now are down about 6%. This is a company that just started producing cars at exactly the wrong time. Remember, right in the middle of the pandemic, they couldn't get any chips, and now they've never been able to lift production more than like 50,000 a year.
Well, look at that. Well, look at that 2Q production number. That was a big miss there. Less than 6,000 vehicles. Matt, and the street was looking for about 7,400. So a huge sort of downshift, if you will, on the production side.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. They expect to deliver only 40,000 vehicles this year, or 40 to 46,000 at the top end. So even fewer than they delivered last year. It's pretty amazing to me because I think they're such attractive vehicles and they're so powerful.
You have one of these too, because you have a big car collection, right? It's like F-150.
I do not have a big car collection, but I love big cars. And
Dodge,
what they
Charger.
need to make at Rivian is a smaller, more affordable car, right? Not everybody's going to run out and pay $90,000 for an EV these days.
Is a key one.
Hey,
all these EVs are overpriced.
While you debate this, why don't we take this offline? I'm going to go back to Skyworks because that stock is up about 8% here in the aftermarket. I want to go again to the outlook. The company's seeing fourth quarter revenue of $1 billion to $1.03 billion. The street estimate is $883.1 million. And then the company also talked about fourth quarter adjusted EPS of $1.40. The street estimate is 99 cents. So you can understand the stock's been under pressure this year, down about more than 20% year to date, but we're seeing about a 9% bump to the upside here in the aftermarket.
We're also also waiting here. We're watching Lucid crossing the wire as well. So speaking of vehicles, you're looking at the adjusted loss per share at 24 cents. The estimate was 22 cents. So at least EPS beating on expectations. They see full year production at 18,000 to 20,000 vehicles. They had initially saw 20,000, so they gave a new lower end of the range. And there you go. There you have it. Lucid down another 5% after March.
Toast, of course, this is the restaurant payment platform. All with their earnings, 2Q revenue looks like it's coming in at a slight beat. 1.55 billion. The street was looking for 1.52. EBITDA, the bottom line number, 161 million. The street was looking for 139 million. And the company says that hardware and its professional services also looks like a beat as well. No guidance, but you see a modest move higher in the shares.
All right, Supermicro is out, and they post first off a disappointing fourth quarter adjusted gross margin, 9.6%. The street was looking for 10%. The EPS for the fourth quarter adjusted EPS was also a disappointment at 41 cents versus the estimate of 44 cents. In terms of the outlook, they see net sales of at least $33 billion. That's a little bit better than the street's estimate, but the stock is down 13% in the after hours trade. So everything in the fourth quarter missed estimates, and I guess it doesn't matter if they lift their 2026 sales estimates above what the street expects, because investors are so disappointed in this company right now.
All right, got a quick one for you. Supermicro, as Matt mentioned, down about 11%. Klaviyo, let's get to that one. Crossing the Bloomberg terminal. Application software company, get to the outlook. Sees fiscal year revenue of 1.2 billion to 1.2 billion. So looks like no range there. The previous had been 1.17 billion to 1.18 billion. As for the second quarter, revenue of 293.1 million. That is a beat. The street was looking for 278.7 million. You're seeing that stock up about 7.5% here in the aftermarket. And we have seen this stock under pressure this year, down about 25%, but investors moving into it in the aftermarket.
I want to take a look at Open Door Technologies as well, because you may remember the meme stock frenzy that has hit this stock. It's now down more than 12% after the market because it says third quarter revenue would be 800 million to 875 million. The net loss of 9 million is compared with 13.7 million. But remember, this is a company that had been extraordinarily run up until this moment. Revenue actually beat estimates here. You're seeing this decline still after market.
We don't just remember Open Door, Sonali. We will be talking to Eric Jackson later this hour. So while you continue there on television, Eric Jackson from EMG Capital is going to talk to us. And he was touting this stock before the meme craze hit again.
He's talked about
Arista Networks also out with its earnings. Those shares moving higher by about 7%. The cloud networking company did beat on both the top and bottom line. $2.2 billion in revenue on the top line, 73 cents in adjusted EPS on the bottom line. And we're going to look at the services revenue as well as some of their costs here. Both of those numbers also appeared to beat estimates.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.